is good morning, and I'm just going to do this. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Abby Hagyard. This is my still kind of complicated office. You can barely see Mom in her little plastic protection. I haven't had a chance to uh, unwrap and reveal, and I have still boxes everywhere. However, the good news is that I have now acquired a storage locker. Yay! All I have to do is figure out how to reorganize everything that was in this closet to take it down to that closet. And then, presumably, I'll be able to find things. It's only been, when did I move in? So, before we begin, small cheers, small warm beverage. All right, so today I want to talk about second chances. And it's not that I want to talk about having them, giving them, getting them. I want to talk about why I call them second chances, because I personally know people I have given 437,000 second chances to, and that's on me. What are they doing? But why do we call it a second chance? And so I wanted to talk about that because I think there's a thing we do, and I think we do it in an optimistic way, in a generous way. But I think it sets us up to I don't want to say fail, but it sets us up to not feel awesome, really, about getting something done, achieving something, overcoming something. So I just wanted to kind of explore it with you. And so the idea of a second chance, to me, that I've heard or misheard, understood or misunderstood, is that we offer them and we take them, we get them because we have made a decision after we've heard ourselves say, if only, enough times. We've said, I know, but, enough times. We've said, and then what? And then what? Enough times. And we've said, what if? Enough times. What if is my favorite. And I think if you've been part of what I've been doing for a while, you know that I see what if as that moment of awakening, that moment of curiosity, that moment of lifting our heads from whatever this is and wondering about possibility. Wondering, the little voice saying, what if? What if? And when I wrote the romance novel Unsuitable, I have the handsome guy, the cab driver, turn to Johnny Foster, my alter ego, turn to Johnny Foster and say, hey, do you ever ask yourself what if? And Johnny replies, only every other minute. And that little exchange sets up all the possibilities. They each go their separate ways. They're not really focused anymore on what the hell I was meant to be doing. They're caught up in that question and that answer because two people who didn't know each other both realize that they are considering fresh starts. And I would really like to think that a second chance that we give ourselves is a fresh start. You know, I comment in the description of the episode today. You know, we get 3 strikes in baseball. We get you can serve in tennis more than once before you're lost the point. They do flags on plays, and you get to start again. You may get a penalty, but you get to start again. And of course, there's summer school, so instead of absolutely failing the grade, you get to give it another shot. And I think that what happens is we start to take advantage of it. If for a lot of people, well, I got another chance. I mean, so it's not like the rule really applies. I'll just tell them I lost my homework. I'll just tell them this, and they'll give me another shot. And quite often we do. Quite often we do. And I think there's the problem. We're not policing the boundaries on second chances. If we're not showing up, we're saying, what happened? What you said you were going to do this. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, really, my bad. I take the dog and my mom was sick and okay. All right. Well, don't let it happen again. But it does. It does over and over and over. And why do we allow it? What happened? Why aren't we saying, okay, a second chance means the second time. If we give you 4 or 5 or 73 and you keep doing it the wrong way, the same way, it's not like you were looking to improve. It's like you're skating. You're not really present. What's going on here? Oh, it's a text. So what I wanted to talk about today was why are we doing that to ourselves? Why aren't we showing up? I had the best time yesterday. I had lunch with my fabulous Carol Hay and my fabulous Christine Shaken, and we had a wonderful lunch and we were laughing and the food was great, beautiful spot, outdoors, stunning, just everything about it, service fabulous. And there was no time in that, oh my gosh, is it already 2 hours? There was no time in which we said, well, how long are they going to, why didn't they, how I asked for, because everybody just showed up. Everybody did their job. The waiter came over with my drink, and it was the waiter that I'd had for dinner when Greg was in town for FanaticCon. And I said, well, hi. And he said, hey, how's it going? And it became personal. It became personal in a way that personal means something. And I think that's a funny thing that we're allowing to happen. If we're on our phones, like I heard the ping, you heard the ping. I ignored it the first time. When it goes a second time, it means that it's a text, and usually it's a delivery. It's a mail delivery in the building. Almost everybody knows that I'm doing this with you between this hour and that hour, a couple of times a week. So they don't usually reach out to me. So this is some other thing. And by the way, you know what? It can wait, because you're my priority. This is why I'm here. This is what we're all about. By the way, special. My new pins came, and I thought I'm going to wear one for the video today. So this is my glam Abby riding my Abby boat, my Abby Viking ship, warship, into the sunrise, and I had a couple of them made to make sure it was going to be good, rather than say, oh, I'll have 5,000 and then they're terrible. No. However, the provider of these things, a lot of the work that I have done, this company is exceptional. And I recommend them without any kind of issue, because every single time they show up, they step up, they do it right. And how often can we say that these days? How often are we saying, oh, well, and then we list stuff. And one of the things I was writing down, I was talking to myself about this. And what did I say here? How do we fix the second chance issue? How do we, when somebody says, could I have another shot at it? I was reading something the other day, and I thought, it's the wisest statement I've heard in a long time. Asking the person to explain how they got it wrong, instead of saying, what happened? How did that happen? Is so vague. Well, all right, okay, I'll give you one more shot, but don't let it happen. Okay, that's not helpful. That's not helpful. That's a victim, volunteer, all that stuff. The question isn't helpful. The helpful question to only end up with a second shot, I think, is, so tell me the steps you followed the last time. Tell me the progression. Rather than, what the hell is this? My bad? No, tell me the steps you followed, because somewhere in there was a glitch, right? Tell me the steps. Well, first I did this, and then I did this, and oh, well, there it is, because, okay, so let me show you. And now you fix the one The one small thing, that horrific tech glitch that happened that shut down everything for days, really, in the reset, and dollars in the kabillions. Going back to the people whose software protection update didn't work, not how could you let that happen and what went wrong. Walk us through the steps so we can understand how something that significant could happen when it's referred to as a routine update. What does a routine update entail? Do you know which step was a misstep? If we don't have those kinds of very clear, very specific conversations, everything is just kind of a muddle, And this is the other thing. So tell me the steps. I'm sorry, but I took the notes and I thought this is amazing. So tell me the steps you took is show me how you got there. Show me how from the beginning, how you got to the end. Walk me through the steps. So it's not an accusation. It's not a put down. It's not what the hell is wrong with you. It's okay. Walk me through it so I can figure out, so I can walk with you and figure out, maybe I can figure out what happened. And then when we do that, when we start talking to each other about, okay, so I want to talk to you about the steps, it reduces the number of times people jump to conclusions or guess. So 4 and 3 is supposed to be 7. Okay, I have no idea. So I'll just, you know what? I'll just pick an odd number. 4 is even, 3 is odd. So I don't know. The chances are pretty good it's an odd number. So I'll say, so it's probably not 5. So okay, I'll say 7. Okay, that's not a step. Whatever that is, that's not a step. That's so what are the steps? I asked, I went downstairs and I said to the amazing management team here at the building, "Can I have a storage locker?" And they said, "Yeah, sure." Really? Can I see the sizes? Sure. Come on, let's go look. Oh boy. Stuff everywhere, all over the apartment from Fanaticon. Because when I moved, I just opened a closet and flang it in and shut the door. Slam. And then when it was time to get ready for Vanilla, I braced myself. I opened the door. Bleh, okay. And then I sorted everything and we put it in boxes and we went to Fanaticon and we set it up. And then at the end of the day, we tear it down. And what happens when you do a tear down is everybody says, okay, where's the boxes? And everybody just flings stuff in random boxes and puts the lid on. Slam. And then we drag everything to the cars, fling it in, shut the door, slam, get home. I said to Greg, just pile it in the hall. I have to take the time to put it away properly. I can't do this. I can't keep doing this. So now I have a storage locker and it's pristine and it's clean. And I have the lock and I'm looking at all the stuff in the hall and I'm opening the closet door and I'm saying, this time I get to organize it. This time I do it step by step. This time it's where to start before I start hauling up a cart and lugging the stuff downstairs. This time I create a plan. And what is my plan? What is the outcome I wish to achieve? Begin with the end in mind. When I have the key and the padlock is on the door, what does it look like inside? How easy is it going to be for me to find whatever it is I might need? Instead of people driving by hearing broken sobbing inside the storage door. What's that? Oh, it's Abby. She can't find anything. So this, my goal, looking at the way people are behaving toward themselves and each other these days. Good morning, Freddie. I'm sorry I didn't notice a thing. I was waxing eloquent. How are you? How is everything going? I think we're not taking the time. I think we're not thinking things through. I think we're exhausted. I think we just want to get it over with so we can go on to the next thing, even though we know we're going to have to circle back around to this one, even though we know that when we open the closet doors again, we're going to go, oh God, why didn't I do that before? I think we are not giving ourselves the special treatment we deserve. It is taking more time. I have this list. I had a list in September of 2022 when Dave got sick. And I kept adding to the list and adding to the list and adding to the list. And then when we lost Dave, it was a whole new list. Many of the things from that first list transferred over, but a whole new set of things. And then the discovery that I was required to move immediately. List number 3. And then the move, which creates a new life and a new reality and a new set of objectives and priorities. List number 4. And Pivotry, let us not forget Pivotry, which has been in its birthing stage. How long does it take to give birth to an elephant? Ready? How long does it take? Is it 5 years or 550, whatever it is? Okay. It's not that Pivotry is an elephant. It's not like that. It's just taking that long. And so I have all the Pivotry stuff. That's list number 6 or 7. And then all the normal things that we have to do. Getting our budgets in order and our spring, summer, winter, fall clothes in order, and get the car serviced and all the just regular everyday things. I'm out of groceries. I have to buy groceries. I have to take the garbage out. All that stuff. All that, do the laundry. All the regular stuff is just the regular stuff on top of all these other lists. And I did Fanaticon, and I didn't hire 1 photographer. I didn't hire 2 photographers. I hired 3 photographers. Yeah. You know what you get when you get 3 professional photographers? Yeah. A landslide of photos, and they're all fabulous. How do you pick? Oh, you don't. All right. And everybody's saying, when do we get to see the pictures? Well, I kind of have to sort them. So, that's list 8, except that we need to do that before list 4, because there's a certain urgency to it that people are looking forward to, and they want to add the pictures to their albums and stuff. So there's a thing going on. Meantime, yesterday afternoon, Gary says, you want some help? I can put the elevator on service. I said, not tonight, not today. Today was kind of a thing, and I have a client I have to talk to tonight. He said, hey, but after your call, we can get that done. I'm standing about 3 feet away from him, and I said, don't make me come over there and hurt you. I'm not doing it tonight. Thank you, love you, but no. It's okay. We have so many things that we give ourselves permission to say we'll do without checking how many lists and how many items on every list. We don't do the due diligence. We're not policing our boundaries against ourselves. We're not setting up structures. We're not creating steps. Why not? Simple question. Why not? We want to get rid of as many opportunities as possible to hear ourselves say, if only. We want to simplify things. Life is simple. We complicate it. We say, oh, we could do. Yeah, or not. Just keep it as simple as possible. And we don't. Why not? Well, we're being helpful. We're being optimistic. And we're saying, you know what? We can always try it again. Yes, except every time you try it again, you take up the same amount of time as you took the first time. And we keep calling it a second chance when it isn't. It's chance number 9,402. So my conversation today is this. We get as many second chances as people allow. Is that right? Is that right? It's about somebody else saying, yes, you can have another chance. So somebody else is in control. We're showing up, not quite, almost, a little late, only one shoe. Yeah, the teeth marks, my gerbil ate my homework. Is that what we're doing? And we're waiting for somebody else to say and police us for us? Is that what it is? Well, they didn't catch me. I guess it's okay. Really? I only parked in front of your driveway for a minute. Yeah? Why did you park in front of my driveway at all? Look, oh, come on. I didn't really. It's, can I have another, give me a second chance. Why? Why? I had to drive over my lawn to get out. Oh, wow. That's really a shame, man. Yeah. Sorry about that. No, you're not. So I don't know what the policing is. I think it has to be self-policing. I think it has to be us saying, okay, that's not good enough. That's not up to my standard. I have to raise my standards. I I'm just going along to get along here. Why am I doing that? Does that feel great? At the end of the day, do I go, yes, mediocrity? Is that what we're doing? So the question I think we want to ask ourselves, I ask it because I'm looking at all this stuff in the hallway. I'm now walking down the hallway like somebody on a window ledge, that doesn't want to fall because it's just packed all the way down the hallway. Big booth, narrow hallway. What do I want when it's done? What do I want to see? What do I want to be able to do when this exercise, this effort, this tennis serve has had its follow through? What do I want to be able to say? What am I seeing at the end? Begin with the end in mind. That's the question I need to ask myself. And then when I see somebody just kind of phoning it in, and I say, and what does that do for you? What does that do? Oh, they don't care. Yeah, they do. You do. You do when someone says, "Oh yeah, oh I had no idea." Yeah, yeah, there is cheese on it. Yeah. Did you want me to take it back? Yes. Okay. Sorry about that. My bad. How about, listen, I just want to double check. You said no cheese, right? Good. What's the difference? Well, the difference is that the guy in the back, the girl in the back, the people in the back who are making the food are paid by the hour. The owner pays everybody by the hour. So if it takes 20 minutes to make something and they have to make it a second time because you didn't say, by the way, make sure no cheese, and the person building whatever the meal wasn't listening, didn't pay attention, and just put cheese in, you have to do it again. That's an extra 20 minutes that the owner can't get back from his bottom line because somebody dropped the ball. Oh, it's not my restaurant. Well, no, it isn't your restaurant. It's also not your job if the restaurant closes because the guy can't make a profit because nobody is showing up and doing their job. Nobody's training them well, and the training isn't sticking because the people don't care enough. So you're going to lose your job. Oh, well, there's always another job. Really? That I think is what happens with second chances when it's your 43rd second chance. The person who cheats on their responsibility, that you don't take an oath when you become a waiter. But the implied concept is improve the quality of their day by speaking with them promptly and delivering what they asked for cheerfully, without a great kerfuffle. That's kind of the concept. Go into a store, go into retail, go to customer service, go to the gas station, go anywhere to ask a middleman to help you achieve an outcome. And everybody involved in the conversation has an opportunity. I'm sorry, I just read something that Freddie said. And the reason I stopped is because the size and shape and weight of the brilliance is profound. Here's what my friend Freddie Moore just said. Sometimes goodbye is a second chance. Yes, it is. You're brilliant, Freddie. You truly are. Sometimes goodbye is a second chance. Sometimes get out is a second chance for everybody. I'm not going back to that restaurant. We're not keeping that person on staff. I'm going to move on and do something different. Sometimes goodbye is a second chance. Brilliant man. Every conversation I have with a client these days is about the way people are behaving. Because as I said toward the end of last year, for all the reasons that we would care to name, 2024 is going to be a complicated year, more so than some. And so far, it's not wrong. And that it is complicated by our actions, by our attitudes, by our moods, by our lack of attention, our unwillingness or inability to show up and get it right the first time. The ripple effect is stress. The ripple effect is exhaustion. The ripple effect is, why don't they make a decent sandwich anymore? The ripple effect is, you know what? I got up, I put on my best version of myself, the one I like the best, the one that makes me feel good when I look in the mirror. I stepped into that particular pair of my fabulous shoes, and I headed out into the day, and every single person I ran into seemed to have woken up on the ugly side of bed, on the I don't care side of bed, on the so what side of bed. And for me to continue to plod through my situations with each of them, I have to give them a second chance. When did that happen? That I didn't get to decide. No. How did that happen? Well, it's because I said, I'll give you a second chance. It's because I said, I will relax my boundaries. It's because I said everyone deserves another try to get it right once they've learned from the first time. The key in that conversation is to give it another try once they've learned that they wish to improve, that they want to see a better outcome. So how many second chances do we get? I think we get one second chance. This is chance one. And the one after it is chance two. And then we revisit. And then we sit down and say, well, let's have a look at this again. Let's rethink this concept. Instead of, oh, okay, but you know, not that. It creates entitlement. It creates people who say, rules don't apply to me. I think we have to be a little tougher. We have to start being a little tougher on ourselves, not in terms of kvetch, moan, gripe, guilt, shame, blame. No, just, somebody said, you're so cheerful when you leave the house. You're always so cheerful. Every time I see you, you're cheerful. And I say, well, if I'm not cheerful, I'm not leaving the house. I'm staying home. If I'm not in a great frame of mind, I don't want to carry that around with me. I don't want to flick it on people. I don't want to have to lug it out of the car with me everywhere I go. I want to enjoy my day. So I take the extra minute, 2, 6, 12, whatever. And when I do leave my house, I'm ready-ish. for whatever is coming. So got multiple chances. So was given multiple chances. Didn't win the lottery, was given by someone who said, perhaps you'll do better. The other side of that, and I appreciate, I think it's kind of here. I'm still working on it. And I think I'm going to find myself working on it a lot as I'm bringing the essence of Pivotry into my client conversations. I mean, it's already there, but with more precision. I think that a lot of times we want to control the outcome. We want what is happening to be on our terms. If someone says, I don't care and they don't show up, well, we can't be in charge of that. That was their decision. The only way we can be in charge of it is say, you know what? I'm going to give you another chance. Now you're the one who gave the chance. Now you're in control. We think we are in control of whatever they decide to do, except that we're not in control of what other people decide to do. It's a two-way street. It's a crossroads. It's parallel paths. It's a decision to collaborate, communicate, connect. But it's not a giving away of my control. Because we don't really have any, and it's not ours to give. We are living what we are living. We're doing what we're doing. Other people cannot demand of us that we feel a different way. They can demand that we walk through the motions. They can bully us. They can threaten us. They can force march us. But at some point when they demand it, we are giving the control away. We are agreeing. They still don't control it. Control is an illusion, I think. And I think also, and that was your second chance. Yes, that I see. When you say, okay, I'm done here, you said, and now, in other news, tally-ho. So how many second time do we get? Well, we get one. We get 1 second. And then after that, it would be the third. And after that, it would be the fourth. And after that, it would be the 47th. And maybe it's just that we don't like to call it that. We don't like to say how many times we have allowed somebody to trespass our boundaries. Maybe that's why we call it second chances. I think, for me, my goal in using that expression moving forward is it's going to be like this. I get 1 second chance with one condition. It has to be different than my first try. Don't just do it again. Add something, remove something, finesse something. Instead of saying second chance, it's plan B. It's the other path. Let's see how that works. What do you think? I had such a great time yesterday. I had such a great time with my crazy friends at lunch because they show up. Because that restaurant where we often go, they show up. If they get something wrong, they apologize and they fix it. And then in the afternoon, dealing with the lovely people who manage this building, they show up. And that makes me feel special. When I ask and they say, I'll take care of it, I'm on it. And they are. It feels like I matter to them. And that is something we all crave all the time, every day. It just feels great. It feels great to know that we are surrounding ourselves with people who have standards, seek excellence, have the sense of humor to recognize when they completely and legitimately and sincerely apologize and try again. That's the best kind of day. It's always the best kind of day. And as you said, when I finally said, okay, that's enough of that, I probably should have said it sooner. I'm saying it now. Thank you. No parting gifts for our contestants. Next. Well done. Well done to all of us who say, I deserve better. Here, let me try that again. I deserve better. And then deliver better and say, there, that's got it. It's perfectly okay to get it wrong. We all do. I have. There are still mushroom clouds fading in the distance from some of my oopses. Just turn your head, you can catch them in the light. A ton of those. The point is not the mistake, although, yes, the point is the mistake. And then the point is to say, okay, let's not do it that way again. Let's try in something, that is a second chance. And then after that, all right, let's try something completely different. That's my thought. And I have boxes in the hall now, so I'm going to go and do that. Thursday, we're on a similar path with this chances business. Different angle, different questions, different what if. Important though, because I think we've forgotten to write down the boundaries and say, by the way, we actually close at 5 o'clock. Oh, I had no idea. We have to remind ourselves and each other about the rules and about the boundaries and about our purpose and about our goals. Don't you think? Because I don't really want to have to do this whole closet thing again. It doesn't somehow leave a glow upon my face, so it's time to stop. All right, here we go. Off to do stuff, and I know you do have stuff too. Thank you for watching. Thank you for telling your friends. Thank you for enjoying and commenting. The comments are amazing. It's so much fun to be able to chit-chat back and forth with you while we're live. And so until Thursday, be good to you. You deserve it. You deserve it the first time. No second chances. You deserve be good to you the first time with bells on. And remember to hug your loved ones because they deserve it too. Thank you so much for watching.